This is about advice you get from your dad when you're in the cab of the pickup truck, 30 below, banging around the prairie looking for the lost heifer that you will never ever find. Never put your hat on the bed, son, never put your hat on the bed. Cause if your hat's on the bed, you might wake up dead. So don't you never put your hat on the bed. And if you do, be sure it's upside down, son, if you do, be sure it's upside down. Cause if there's any doubt, it keeps the luck from running out. So if you do, be sure it's upside down. Well, never throw a match when it's dry, son, never throw a match when it's dry. Don't you never throw a match, cause the grass might catch and burn 3 counties when it's dry. Always keep an edge on your knife, son, always keep an edge on your knife. Because a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the vague uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave the advice. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. They tell me that yodeling is going to become an Olympic event soon, so working on it. Always tip the glass when you pour, son, always tip the glass when you pour. Cause if you don't tip the glass, then the foam comes fast and runs from the table to the floor. Always keep an edge on your knife, son, always keep an edge on your knife. Because a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the vague uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave the advice. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Well, always put your horse away dry, son, always put your horse away dry. Because a hot, wet horse ain't healthy, of course, so always put your horse away dry. Be sure to thaw the bit when it's cold, son, be sure to thaw the bit when it's cold. Cause if you don't thaw the bit, then your pony's tongue sticks to the frozen metal bridle when it's cold. Always keep an edge on your knife, son, always keep an edge on your knife. Because a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the vague uncertainties of life. Yes, a good sharp edge is a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries of life. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave the advice. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. And I never could sharpen no blade quite the way he said. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Thank you very much. All right, this one's for my second last record. It's for the guys who are risking their lives for us overseas. Well, I want to be in the cavalry. It goes like this. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a horse and a volunteer force that's riding forth at dawn. Please save for me some gallantry that will echo when I'm gone. I beg of you, Sarge, let me lead the charge on the battle lines are drawn. Let me at least leave a good hoofbeat to remember loud and long. Well, I'm not a good foot soldier, mate, I'd be sour and slow at march. And I'd be sick on a Navy ship and the sea would leave me parched. But I'll be first in line if they let me ride. By God, you'll see my starch. Roll back with the heat with the laurel wreath underneath that victory arch. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Let me earn my spurs and the battles blur when the day is lost or won. I wheel my lance as the ponies dance and the blackguards fire their guns. A saber keen and a saddle carbine and an army of Remington. Where the hot lead screams with the cold, cold steel, and may be a cavalryman. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roll. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want to be in the cavalry, but I won't ride home no more. Thank you, Tabor. I got time for one more song. I have a true story. It happened just north of here, and I think it's probably appropriate to end the show with some Tabor content. This song is full of Tabor content. It happened to me, Scott Holtman, and Richie Nagai, and this little story has done very well for me. So, thanks, I guess. Stuck in the Ford, got stuck and the Chevron stuck when the Dodge showed up. The Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford with some difficulty. Well, more rain than we'd seen for 1,000 years caused financial joys and biblical fears. We caused some smiles and caused some tears, but more to the point of our story. For the first time in the collective memory, that old brown prairie that had been so dry for so long was very muddy, boggy and sticky. Well, we'd pull one truck out and get another stuck in, and motors would roar and tires would spin. We'd sink right down to the diff, and we'd all take turns and do it again until no one could move. I called one more friend, come on out here, we need you. Bring your truck. The Chev got stuck in the Ford, got stuck and the Chevron stuck when the Dodge showed up. The Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford and the Toyota. They got me stuck in the mud so I couldn't rehearse, and Chavez too has missed his work. Richie, he now fears the worst. He stood up his ex-wife, she called him a jerk. Of course, Holtman didn't have nothing better to do except ranch. The Chev got stuck in the Ford, got stuck, got the Chevron stuck when the Dodge showed up. The Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford. Well, it was truck after truck, we all got stuck, except the big old 4x4 hood ride truck. We all thought, Lord, we had luck, but he wouldn't come anywhere near us. Mighty neighborly. Mighty neighborly. So we used a lot of our backs, a little of our brains. We jacked up the jacks and snugged up the chains. We all did our level best to refrain from shoveling. We put what timbers we had underneath the wheels, and we was all out of sand, but we managed to steal 2 sacks of the best modern canola seed you ever did see. That ought to give us some traction. The Chev got stuck in the Ford, got stuck and the Chevron stuck when the Dodge showed up. The Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford. Epilogue. We spilled genetically modified canola seed that was genetically modified for control of the weeds of a big old yields of margin oil raised hell all over that virgin prairie soil. Agriculture Canada is definitely going to be looking for us, Tabor, Alberta. Thanks, good to see you, take care.